This is your wake-up call, your mirror, and maybe your first step toward finally feeling alive again. Because today, we're not going to talk about surface-level things. We're going to uncover the real reasons you feel tired all the time, even after 8 hours of sleep, even when you rest, even when everything seems fine. You see, tiredness is not just about your body. It's about your life. It's about your mind. It's about your soul silently screaming for help. This video is different. It's not motivational fluff. It's not a bunch of do this, do that advice. These are deeply researched, psychology-backed, and real-world proven truths collected from science, therapy rooms, and stories of people just like you who smiled in front of others but cried quietly in their rooms at night, not knowing why they felt so exhausted, so lost, so done with everything. You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not broken. But maybe, just maybe, no one ever told you these truths before. And that ends today because in the next few minutes, you will discover brutal truths that explain exactly why you feel this way. And for each one, I will give you the solution that no one taught you as in school, the solution that can bring your energy back, not just in your body, but in your heart, your mind, your entire life. This is your moment. This is your chance to restart everything. And by the end of this video, I promise you won't just feel less tired. You'll feel seen, understood, and ready to rebuild yourself the right way. So take a deep breath because what you're about to hear could change the way you live forever. This video will wake you up, improve your life, and your English. So watch till the end, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's begin. Truth 1. You're not mentally exhausted. You're emotionally empty. Let me explain this in a way no one ever told you before. Most people think they're tired because they worked too much or didn't get enough sleep. But the real reason they feel tired is because their heart is tired, not their muscles, not their brain. Their emotional world is drained. You're not tired because of what you did today. You're tired because of what you've been carrying for years. Think about it. How many times have you smiled when you were hurting? How many times have you said, "I'm fine," when deep down you were falling apart? How many times have you swallowed your anger, your sadness, your pain just to avoid being too much for others? That emotional weight builds up. And you know what? It doesn't just disappear. It sits inside your chest like a stone, heavy, silent, invisible to the world. But it's the reason you can't even get out of bed some mornings. Imagine a phone that looks 100% charged, but inside, 20 apps are secretly running, draining the battery every second. That's you. You wake up with 8 hours of sleep, but still feel tired. Why? Because you've got grief, guilt, anger, fear, memories, regrets running in the background of your mind 24/7. Nobody sees them, but you carry them every single day. The solution? You don't need more sleep. You need emotional release. Here's how you start healing. Write it out every night. Take 5 minutes to write everything you felt that day. Not what you did, but what you felt. Not, "I worked hard, but I felt ignored. I felt scared. I felt proud." Let your emotions come out. Don't let them rot inside you. Stop bottling everything. Find one person, like a friend, a journal, or your own voice, and say out loud what's killing your energy. You don't need to fix it. You just need to let it out. Cry. Yes, cry. Let yourself break down. Because emotional energy is real energy. And when it stays stuck, it poisons your system. You're not lazy. You're just tired of holding it all in. Tired of being strong every day. Tired of being everything for everyone while being nothing for yourself. Unless you heal your emotions, you can sleep 10 hours and still feel like you haven't rested at all. You don't just need sleep. You need release. You need emotional freedom. And it starts right now by being honest with yourself. Truth 2. You wake up without a reason. Let me ask you something that most people are afraid to face. Why do you wake up every morning? Is it because you're excited about your day? Or because you have no other choice? Be honest. Most people don't wake up for a dream. They wake up for a deadline, for pressure, for obligation, for survival. They open their eyes not because they're excited to live, but because they have to pay bills, reply to emails, please others, or just keep going so they don't fall behind. This isn't life. This is emotional prison. And here's the brutal truth. Nothing drains your energy faster than living a life that doesn't excite you. Even if you sleep 8 hours, even if you eat healthy, even if you do everything right, if you don't have a reason, a real reason, to wake up, you will always feel tired. Because energy doesn't only come from food, it comes from purpose. Imagine a car that has a full tank of fuel, but no destination. It just drives in circles. Day after day, same roads, same turns, same traffic. Eventually, even if the engine is perfect, it will wear out. That's you. You wake up, you go to work, you eat, you scroll, you sleep, repeat. But there's no dream you're chasing. No goal that excites your soul. No vision that makes you jump out of bed. So your body says, what's the point of getting up? And that's why you feel tired. Not physically, but spiritually defeated. The hidden cost. When you don't have a purpose, every small problem feels 10 times heavier. You start avoiding things. You feel guilty but numb. You start thinking, maybe I'm broken. But you're not broken. You're just not aligned with a vision for your life. The solution, you don't need to have a perfect dream, but you do need to find a reason. You need to reconnect with something that brings you joy, something that makes you feel alive again, whether it's a passion project, a new adventure, or just learning something new. You need to build your days around purpose. That's how you stop feeling exhausted. You don't need to know your 5-year plan, but you must have a reason to wake up. Here's how to find it. Do one small thing every morning for yourself. Not your boss, not your partner, not society, just you. It could be writing, learning a new skill, planning a side hustle, stretching, walking, drawing, meditating. Anything that's just for you. Give yourself 20 minutes of your own time every single morning. Ask yourself, if I died in 1 year, what would I regret never doing? The answer to that question is your starting point, not your destination, but your direction. Start building a why. Maybe your why is to be free, to help people, to build something, to take care of your family, or to prove something to yourself. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's real. When you have a reason, even tired days feel worth it. When you have no reason, even easy days feel pointless. You're not tired because of what you do. You're tired because you don't know why you're doing it. Build a reason, and your energy will follow. Because when your soul is excited, your body listens. You're always connected, but never present. This is one of the most modern, dangerous reasons behind constant tiredness, and most people don't even realize it. Let's break it down simply. You check your phone within 5 minutes of waking up. You scroll while eating. You text while talking. You watch YouTube, but your mind is somewhere else. You fall asleep with Netflix playing. And then you wonder, why am I so mentally exhausted? It's because you're never truly present. Your brain is like a browser with 100 tabs open. It's overstimulated, overinformed, and underrested. The brain was never designed to consume so much without a break. And here's the brutal truth. You're not tired because you worked hard. You're tired because you never gave your mind a single moment of real silence. Think of your brain like a sponge. If you keep dipping it in different colored water, red, blue, black, green, yellow, again and again without squeezing it out, eventually it becomes muddy. That's your mind. You fill it with TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts, DMs, comments, reels, ads, news, arguments every hour. But you never squeeze it out. You never give it silence. So you don't just feel tired, you feel foggy, forgetful, unmotivated. Like you can't focus on anything. And you think something's wrong with you, but it's not you. It's your lack of stillness. The solution? You need to disconnect to reconnect. Start your day without your phone. For the first 30 minutes, no scrolling. Just breathe, stretch, write a plan, sit in silence. Let your mind enter the day slowly, not with chaos. Take 2 mental showers every day. 1 in the afternoon, 1 before sleep. Just 10 minutes of nothing. No music, no talking, no screen. Sit in silence. Let your mind flush itself clean. Single task more. Eat without watching something. Walk without headphones. Talk to someone with full attention. These moments restore mental clarity. You are not just what you eat. You are what you consume mentally. If you feed your brain noise all day, Don't be surprised when you feel tired, confused, and anxious. Stillness is not a luxury. It's survival. You don't need more content. You need more clarity. And clarity comes from one thing: presence. You don't move your body, so energy doesn't move inside you. You're not tired because your body is broken. You're tired because your energy is stuck. In today's world, you wake up and sit. You go to work and sit. You come home and sit, then scroll, then sit again. And your body was never designed for this. Your body was made to move, to stretch, to bend, to run, to jump, to lift, to feel alive. But instead, it's stuck, stiff, silent, weak, and heavy. So even if you sleep, even if you rest, you still feel tired because nothing inside you is flowing. Imagine a river. If it flows, it stays clean, alive, beautiful. But if it stops moving, what happens? It turns muddy, it smells, it becomes still and dead. Your body is that river. When you don't move, your blood, your oxygen, your hormones, your breath, they all become stuck. And stuck energy equals stuck emotions, which equals a tired soul. What happens when you don't move? Oxygen doesn't reach your brain, which leads to foggy thoughts. Your lungs don't expand fully, which means shallow breathing and low energy. Muscles weaken, which affect your posture and makes you feel lazy. Your limb system slows down, leading to more toxins in your body. Happy hormones like dopamine and serotonin stop flowing. You feel tired, even after sleep, because your system is stagnant. The solution: you don't need to go to the gym. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run 10 miles. You just need to move every single day. Start with 5 minutes. Walk outside. Dance to one song. Do jumping jacks. Stretch your body. Let your joints open. Let your breath deepen. Let energy wake up again. Move first thing in the morning, before your phone, before coffee, before scrolling. Even just 3 minutes of movement will change your entire energy. Don't move to lose weight. Move to feel alive. Stop seeing movement as punishment. See it as permission to take back control of your energy. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just still for too long. Your body is begging you to reconnect. Move, flow, breathe, stretch, dance, walk. Reclaim your energy by using the gift of movement. Because energy doesn't come from sitting and waiting. It comes from doing, even a little, every day. Your diet is killing your energy. This is one of the most ignored truths in the world because nobody wants to admit how deeply their food choices are affecting their lives. You think you're tired because of work, sleep, or stress, but maybe you're tired because of what's on your plate. Let's be brutally honest. You eat sugary snacks, fast food, greasy takeout, too much coffee, processed foods, and wonder why you feel drained. If you constantly feed your body with artificial, processed, and low-nutrient foods, you're running your system on empty. The fuel you're putting into your body isn't sustainable, and it's making you crash. Your energy levels plummet. To truly restore your energy, start treating your body like the temple it is. Choose whole foods that nourish your cells and give your body the fuel it deserves. Drink water, not just caffeine. Eat real food, not processed junk. Your body and mind will thank you. You're eating garbage, late-night junk, skipping meals, and snacking based on emotions. Then you wonder, why do I have no energy? Why can't I focus? Why do I always feel heavy, slow, and foggy? It's because your body is running on trash. You can't expect high energy from low-quality fuel. Imagine putting cheap, dirty gasoline in a Ferrari. It might run, but it will break down, slow down, and eventually stop working. That's your body. You were born to be sharp, focused, and powerful. But when you feed it sugar, chemicals, and junk every day, you're not resting. You're poisoning your system. And tiredness is just one of the symptoms. What bad food does to your body? It spikes your blood sugar, causing energy crashes. It increases inflammation, which leads to brain fog. It messes with your gut, causing anxiety and depression. It slows digestion, leaving you feeling heavy. It overworks your liver, lowering your immunity. It starves your brain, leading to poor focus. It affects your mood, hormones, sleep, and strength. This isn't just about food. It's about life energy. The solution isn't about being perfect or eating like a fitness model, but you do need to respect your energy. Drink water, before anything else. Most people are tired simply because they're dehydrated. Start your day with water, not caffeine, not sugar. Eat like your future depends on it, because it does. Add one real food to every meal. Fruits, vegetables, nuts, eggs, whole grains, anything your great-grandparents would recognize as food. Cut out the poison that drains you. You already know what it is. The daily soda, the junk you eat when you're sad, or the 2 a.m. sugar binge. Remove one of them this week, then another. Eat with presence, not distraction. Sit, breathe, taste, and let your body connect to the act of eating. That alone improves digestion and clarity. You're not just what you eat. You're what your body does with what you eat. If you feed your body with chaos, don't be surprised when it gives you exhaustion. Food is not just fuel. It is energy, mood, focus, vitality, and life force. Feed yourself like you want to feel alive. Because when you start eating better, you don't just get your health back, you get your power back. You're not tired because you're weak. You're tired because you become a stranger to yourself. You've forgotten what it feels like to be inspired, connected, and genuinely excited about something. Somewhere along the way, you stop listening to your own voice. You stop doing what made you feel alive. Stop chasing what made your eyes sparkle. Stop creating, stop dreaming, stop being you. Now, every day, you wear clothes you didn't choose, speak words you don't feel, walk paths you never wanted, and you wonder why your energy is gone. Imagine a bird born to fly high, but every day it walks like a chicken. It forgets it has wings. It forgets what the sky feels like, what freedom tastes like. That bird isn't tired because it flew too much. It's tired because it's not doing what it was born to do. That's what happens when you lose connection with your inner self. You don't just feel bored, you feel empty. And no amount of rest can fix that emptiness. Because rest heals the body, but only alignment heals the soul. Disconnection from your real self leads to confusion about what you want, shame for being different, chronic self-doubt, loss of passion, emotional numbness, and a constant feeling of being tired, even when you do nothing. The solution? You need to return to yourself. Not the version others created for you, not the version you perform for others, but the real, raw, messy, wild, powerful you. Remember what made you feel alive as a child. Was it painting, writing, building things, exploring nature? Do it again. Even for just 10 minutes a day, write a letter to yourself. Ask, what do you miss about me? What do you wish I would stop doing? What would make you proud of me again? Stop abandoning your needs to please people who don't see you. Their approval isn't worth your soul. You're not exhausted from doing too much. You're exhausted from not doing what lights you up. Reconnect, reignite, and return home to yourself, because your soul is still waiting for you, and your energy will return the moment you stop living a lie. Let's talk about sleep. Everyone says you need 8 hours. Just take a nap. But the truth is deeper than that. You can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up exhausted. It's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how deep, peaceful, and undisturbed your sleep really is. Right now, millions of people are sleeping but not recovering. They lie down, their eyes closed, but their mind is still running, still thinking, still worrying, still scrolling. The body rests, but the soul never sleeps. Think of sleep like charging your phone. If you plug it in but the cable is broken, it might say it's charging, but when you wake up, it's still at 12%. That's you. You lie in bed, sleep for hours, but your nervous system never shuts off. You dream about your stress. You wake up already anxious. You slept, but you didn't heal. Modern life has destroyed natural sleep patterns. Here's why your sleep might be broken. Blue light from phones 2 minutes before bed, watching fast or violent content before sleep, sleeping with racing thoughts, scrolling until your brain is overstimulated and sleeping too late or irregularly, waking up to notifications, no wind-down routine, eating sugar close to bedtime, and sleeping in noisy or chaotic environments. All of these contribute to what scientists call sleep fragmentation. Your sleep gets interrupted so many times that you never enter a deep recovery mode. The solution? You need to retrain your body to trust sleep again. It's not about more hours. It's about better rituals. Start with this. Power down early. No screens for 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Read, breathe, journal, stretch, let your brain slow down. Create an environment that's dark, cool, and quiet. Darkness helps produce melatonin. A cool temperature supports deeper rest. And silence resets your nervous system. Protect your mornings too. No phone for the first 15 to 30 minutes. Instead, step outside and let sunlight hit your eyes. This resets your circadian rhythm and boosts your natural energy. Let your thoughts out before bed. Don't go to sleep with a head full of chaos. Journal your worries and empty your mind so that sleep can truly begin. You don't just need more sleep. You need deep, clean, safe sleep. Sleep that heals, not just hides. Because your bed is not a place to escape your life. It's the place where you prepare to live it fully again. Fix your sleep and you'll start to fix your soul. You're tired, not because you're doing too much, but because you're doing everything for everyone else. You dress the way others expect, work a job you don't love because it's stable, post for likes, say things you don't mean, go places you don't enjoy, laugh when you want to cry, and stay silent when your soul is screaming. You're living a life that's been approved but isn't authentic, and that's why you feel so empty. You've abandoned your real self so others can feel comfortable around your fake version. You became what they wanted and forgot who you really are. Imagine a candle. Every day, you light yourself up to give others light. Your smile lights them up, your time warms their world, and your support keeps them going. But who is lighting you up? You keep burning and burning until there's nothing left of you. And then one day you wonder, why do I feel so tired, even when I haven't done anything? Because giving up yourself every day is the fastest path to emotional death. When you live for everyone else, you lose your own voice. You no longer know what you want. You feel invisible in your own life, guilty for wanting more, smiling on the outside but feeling like a ghost inside. You become an actor in your own story, but the script isn't yours. The solution? It's time to stop being who they want and start being who you were born to be. Ask yourself, if no one would judge me, what would I do differently? That answer is the door back to your real self. Do one thing every day just for you. Not for followers, not for parents, not for bosses. Something small but sacred. Say this out loud. I deserve to live for me. Repeat it daily until your soul believes it. You don't need to disappear so others can shine. You don't need to shrink to fit their mold. You don't need to live a life that looks good but feels bad. The real you, the one you've been hiding, is tired of waiting. Now it's time to come home to yourself. You're not just tired. You're overwhelmed by everything you've been avoiding. Let's be real for a second. You don't need rest. You need to stop running from the things you've been postponing for years. Every day, you avoid something. The message you haven't replied to, the work you've delayed, the goal you stopped chasing, the difficult conversation you're scared to have, the clutter in your room, the truth in your heart. You tell yourself, I'll deal with it later, but later never comes. And here's what happens. Each of those avoided things becomes a silent weight in your mind. They don't disappear. They pile up like files on your computer desktop, like dirty dishes in the sink, like unopened emails in your inbox. Every time you see them, you feel guilt, stress, and tiredness, even when you haven't done anything. That's not laziness. That's the weight of unfaced responsibility. Imagine you're carrying a backpack. Inside are unpaid bills, unfinished projects, ignored dreams, unsaid words, daily guilt, and secret fears. You try to go for a walk, but the backpack gets heavier every day. Not because someone is adding to it, but because you never open it. Eventually, you sit down and wonder, why am I so tired? But the truth is, you know why. You're tired of carrying everything you refuse to face. Avoiding hard things makes them grow in your mind. Training your brain to feel the weight of your responsibilities, even if they're unspoken. Every time you avoid something, it adds to that mental backpack. Stop running from the hard things. Open your backpack. Deal with the messages, the projects, the conversations. Lighten your load. When you face what you've been avoiding, you'll begin to release the weight that's draining your energy and leaving you tired. Fear, discomfort, builds guilt and shame, steals your focus, your energy, and your belief in yourself. You don't trust yourself anymore. because you know you keep breaking promises to your own soul. The solution: you don't need to do everything today. You just need to stop avoiding. Start with this. Pick one hard thing you've been avoiding and face it today. Call the person. Clean the room. Reply to the email. Say what you feel. Start small, but start now. Make a 10-minute courage rule. Tell yourself, I will do this uncomfortable thing for just 10 minutes. Most of the time, the fear disappears once you begin. Celebrate action, not results. Don't wait until everything is perfect to feel proud. Feel proud because you finally moved. You're not tired because of life. You're tired because of everything you're hiding from in life. Face it, feel the fear, and then take one small step. Because avoiding pain doesn't protect you. It poisons you slowly. You don't know how to say no. This one is especially painful because it's silent. You're not tired because of how much you're doing. You're tired because of how much you're doing that you never wanted to do in the first place. Let's break it down. Every time someone asks for something, you say yes. Even when you're tired, even when you don't have time, even when your soul screams, please, not again. You say, sure, I'll help. Yeah, I'll come. Okay, I'll do it. It's fine. I got it. But it's not fine because inside you're crumbling. And here's the brutal truth. You're not a kind person. You're a tired person who doesn't want to disappoint others. Think of yourself like a phone charger. Your friend asks, can I borrow your charger? You give it. Then someone else asks. Then another, then another. Now everyone's charging their phone, but you're on 2%. That's what happens when you give without limits. People take, not because they're evil, but because you never said stop. When you keep saying yes, you build resentment but can't express it. You feel used even if you were the one who offered. You forget what you want. You lose time, energy, freedom, and worst of all, your identity. And eventually, you crash emotionally, mentally, physically because you served everyone except yourself. The solution: learning to say no is not rejection. It's self-respect. Here's how to begin. Pause before saying yes. Just take 3 seconds and ask, do I really want this? Can I actually do this? Will I regret this later? Start with gentle numbers. I wish I could, but I can't right now. That doesn't work for me. I'm focusing on my health, time, family right now. Saying no doesn't make you rude. It makes you honest. Make space for yourself or no one else will. Block out your rest time. Block out your dream time. Block out your silence. Defend it like your life depends on it, because it does. You're not tired from doing too much. You're tired from doing too much for others and nothing for yourself. You don't owe the world your energy. You owe yourself your peace. So say no when it's a no, and say yes to your healing, because a boundary is not a wall. It's a door, and you get to choose who comes in. You're surrounded by people who drain you. Most people think their tiredness is from work or stress or lack of sleep, but the truth is far more dangerous. You're tired because of the people you allow into your life. Yes, you may not realize it, but energy is not just physical, it's emotional. And some people are silently stealing yours every single day. They don't hit you. They don't scream at you. They may even smile at you. But after talking to them, you feel drained, small, unseen, guilty, worthless. And you don't even know why. They are the friend who only talks about their problems but never listens to yours. The partner who laughs at your dreams instead of supporting them. The family member who constantly criticizes you in the name of love. The co-worker who keeps dumping their stress on you like it's your job to fix them. You're not tired because you're doing too much. You're tired because you're constantly giving your energy to people who never give it back. Imagine your energy as a phone battery. You start the day with 100%, but before you even leave the house, a toxic person calls you and complains for 30 minutes. Battery down to 70%. Your parent says, "Why aren't you doing better?" Battery down to 55%. Your co-worker gossips and fills your head with drama. 40%. Your friend texts you only when they need something. 25%. You get home and your partner give you attitude. 10%. Now it's evening. You've barely done anything for yourself, but you feel like you ran a marathon. That's not your body. That's your circle. Most people won't walk away from toxic relationships. They say, they're my family. They've been in my life for years. It's not that bad. I don't want to hurt anyone. But while you protect their feelings, your energy, your joy, your soul is slowly dying. And guess what? Nobody will thank you for staying small to make them comfortable. The solution: you don't have to cut everyone off, but you must protect your energy like your life depends on it, because it does. Set boundaries. Learn to say, I'm not available to talk right now. Learn to say, that's not okay with me. Learn to say no without guilt. Spend more time with people who make you feel alive, even if it's only online, even if it's only books. Replace one draining voice with one inspiring voice. Audit your circle. Ask yourself, do I feel better or worse after spending time with them? The answer will tell you who belongs in your life and who doesn't. You're not just tired. You're emotionally robbed every day by people you've allowed to stay too close for too long. This is your sign. Protect your peace. Guard your energy. Save your life, because you can't feel rested in a room full of people who make your heart feel heavy. You've been pretending to be okay for too long. This one will hurt because it's the truth we're never allowed to say out loud. You look fine. You act fine. You laugh. You show up. You do your work. You smile at strangers. You post photos that look happy. You say, I'm good. But deep down, you're breaking quietly, slowly, secretly. You're tired, not because life is too hard, but because you've been wearing a mask for too long. And let me tell you something brutal. Pretending to be okay is the most exhausting job in the world. You wake up every day and wear your strong costume. You talk like everything's fine. You bury your pain so deep that even you forget it's there. But that pain is still alive, still burning, still leaking your energy drop by drop, day by day. Real life comparison. Imagine a water bottle with a tiny hole. At first, you don't notice it, but hour by hour, it leaks. Until one day it's empty. Not because someone poured it out, but because of a silent, invisible leak. That's you. Every fake smile, every, I'm okay. Every moment you swallow your truth to keep the peace, you leak. And eventually, even if you get rest, you feel nothing. No joy, no motivation, no energy, just numbness. When you keep pretending, you lose your identity. You stop asking for help. You forget how to cry. You stop believing things can ever get better. You start calling it laziness when it's actually emotional shutdown. You don't need to be fixed. You need to be real. You need to stop pretending. Admit the truth, even if only to yourself. Say out loud, I'm not okay. You don't need to explain. You just need to stop lying to yourself. Find safe spaces, a journal, a therapist, a best friend, a support group, somewhere you can drop the mask and breathe. Rest doesn't mean scrolling or running away. Real rest means sitting with your emotions. Let them pass. Let them hurt. Let them speak, then let them go. Stop acting strong. Start being honest. Because the strongest people aren't the ones who hold it in. They're the ones who finally let it out. You're not tired because you're broken. You're tired because you're pretending to be someone you're not. Be real. That's where the healing begins. You have no routine, so life feels like chaos. Here's one of the most ignored, most tragic truths of all. You're tired not because you're too busy, not because life is too hard, but because your life has no structure. You wake up at different times every day. You eat when you're bored, not when you're hungry. You scroll when you're lost. You sleep when you crash. You work when you're forced to. You avoid what matters. You have no rhythm. And just like a house with no walls, everything keeps collapsing. There's no system, no plan, no anchor, no direction. Just endless reaction, endless confusion, endless exhaustion. Imagine living in a house where the lights turn on and off randomly. You never know when food will come. You sleep in a different room every night. The temperature keeps changing. The water works sometimes and sometimes not. How long could you survive? That's what you're doing to your body and mind every single day. When you live without a routine, your body is confused. Your brain is anxious. Your hormones are lost. Your energy doesn't know when to rise or fall. So what do you feel? Tired, unfocused, unstable, unmotivated, and worst of all, hopeless. The hidden pain of a chaotic life is that you constantly feel behind. You never feel in control. You overthink everything. You lose track of your dreams. You waste energy on small decisions. You react to life instead of building it. A life without routine is like a body without a heartbeat. There's no flow, no momentum, no peace, only survival. The solution? Build a routine that serves your future, not to become a robot, but to build a foundation strong enough to carry your dreams. Create a morning ritual, even if it's just 15 minutes. Wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Drink water. Move your body. Sit in silence. Write your plan for the day. This small ritual will reset your brain every single day. Block your day into focus zones. One zone for work, one for deep rest, one for food, one for learning, one for dreaming. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to exist. Because a schedule gives your mind a map and your energy a reason to show up. Protect your night like a sacred temple. No chaos before sleep. No phone for the last 30 minutes. Wind down with intention. Write one thing you're grateful for. Forgive yourself for anything you didn't finish. End the day like a champion so you can begin tomorrow with power. You're not tired because you have too much to do. You're tired because you're doing everything at random. You're tired because you're fighting your day instead of leading it. And every day without structure is a day where your energy leaks without purpose. Build a routine not just to be productive, but to give your energy a place to live, your peace a place to return, and your dreams a place to grow. Because structure doesn't kill freedom. Structure creates it. Now take a deep breath. Because now you finally understand why you always feel tired. Why rest doesn't help. Why motivation never lasts. Why you feel heavy even when life looks fine. You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're just human. You've been carrying too much, pretending too much, avoiding too much, suffering silently in a world that tells you to just keep going. But now you know tiredness is not just a physical problem. It's a life problem. And you are not powerless. You have the truth now. You have the mirror. You have the tools. You have the permission to rebuild yourself in a way that's real, sustainable, powerful, and true. So now the only question left is, what will you do next? Will you scroll to the next video and forget everything? Or will you finally say, enough? No more fake rest. No more silent pain. No more toxic energy. No more escaping my own life. I'm ready to rebuild. One truth at a time. One habit at a time. One breath at a time. Because you may be tired today, but you will not stay tired forever. Before you go, say this out loud. I'm not broken. I'm just finally ready to heal. Say it again, because this is not just for watching. It's for becoming. If even one truth felt like your story, don't keep this to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it. And remember, this is the beginning of building the best version of your life.